The following pages have been reproduced with the kind permission of the Royal Highland and Agricultural Society of Scotland and Mr. B. Kennedy, the author of this book.
Pages for you this week from the early tractor book. Pages 60 to 63, probably around 1920 to 1922, I think, in that region. And they seem to be getting a bit more expensive, some of them. I am replacing the brake rod. Get the bit from the brake lever there up to the pedal here, and what I'm doing, it's cheating as usual, I've welded a nut on the end of a bit of screwed rod, and then I'm going to put a nut down so that's held at both sides rather than it just doing that, which it was doing, and that'll push the rod back. Also do two at this end, and same thing, so it's like a fixed item rather than a floppy item. If you've got to screw the nut on this great long bit of screwed rod to do, of course. There we go. I've already done the other side, so I'll just let you see this side. This is just a bit of M10 screwed rod. The nut doesn't want to go in there. There we go. I forgot the washer. Not the best washers I've got, but that's what I've got. I discovered we've got a little oil leak as well. I think it's coming from the vacuum sensor on the PTO. Yeah, quite a lot of oil to take out to get that out. So we'll tighten it up first. I haven't actually been filming very much lately. I probably had the Bridgeport one out. There's two Bridgeport ones when we were installing it. And put that up. But do that. The washer jump. Let's go slow. Right, I'll just leave that there because I need a wee bit of clay to get up in this other end here. More washers. I've got I've got a new spring over at the far side there, a big powerful spring. and I've managed to use the original, the big purple springs here, and I've used the original spring at that side. I just opened it up a wee bit. In here, sort of, it's went tight on me again. It's on your head, this. Oh goody, the springs in the road. Stop. There we go. Right, I can pull that up a bit. There's actually a brake pedal switch up in there as well. That's better. Stretching my neck there. I won't put these tight because all we want them to do is move back and forth. I'll have more brakes than we had before because we didn't have any brakes before. And the handbrake's working now as well. I've been messing about with the hydraulics, I'll let you see that in a minute. So as everything's connected, you've got two springs on the shoes, two springs on the shoes that side, original spring over there and this new big spring in here. And we can adjust everything. I did repair the original bit for here, but it was looking like an M8, so decided to go a bit bigger. After all, you might need these in an emergency. And the final drive to take the bits as well, because the seal's beyond repair, I think. And then I'm doing some work in the Polaris, giving it a tidy up. Got another bit of exhaust to make for it. Try and just bend it this time. It's quite stiff there. The reason for the bolted side is so when you put the, what's the brake lever going, when you let the brake push the lever down, it pulls, but then when you let it up it goes. But if you put a bolt either side, it becomes a push me pull you, like the thing in Doctor Dolittle, the two-headed llama. Much quite tight. An old tractor wouldn't be an old tractor if it didn't leak oil somewhere. I don't know if I told you the Aberdeen bypass one, before they opened it, they had this kind of show, and you could only get it on a bus. But they took this traction engine along and it leaked oil all over their brand new tar. It had £1 million worth of damage. The whole lot had to come up again. It delayed the opening as well. On one of the big bridges at Netherley, or the AWPR, Aberdeen Western Peripheral route. So now far side's moving enough. Tweak it needed. Right, we can adjust that so we need to. I think that's pulling enough. That's going to need a wee bit of adjustment, but I can play about with that another time. Just leave it like that for now. Right, I'll show you what I've been up to with the hydraulics. I'm just waiting on some parts coming in as well. And I've lost a bolt. It fell down yesterday, and can I find that bolt? I've looked in all the usual places, under the tyre. Shit, there's my wee oil leak you'll see there. I'm pretty sure it's that vacuum sensor. Right, we'll go to the other side. If I can get off the ground. The 3D printed hydraulic lever block, it just snapped in half really. So the one I made earlier wasn't right. I've welded up the bits again, filled them in, and I'm just machining off the, just cleaning the edges, and then we'll want to mill out these two grooves for the slides. So I'll just keep that as a reference. It's slightly different to the way I made it, but I'll have a drawing for it now, so I'll do a bit of milling. Just to let you see the Bridgeport working. I'm still figuring out the best way to use it. That might be quite a while before I figure it out. That's not it. Yeah, there's a couple of parallels in below this. I need to make a spring thing to go in the middle of them. And it's full. You don't have to get sharp corners with this. And things have got to be held really tightly. Oh. Lock here. legs complaining today. What I've been doing is keeping it up the way rather than bringing that down the way, because the lever's here. £32, see what it is. Just feeding it this way so the chips go that way, away from me and you. I had a half inch end mill in to start with, just seeing what would happen basically, and it wasn't getting on very well. I put this big thing in and a lot quicker. That's it, running at maximum speed as well. 50 hertz. We're coming down. I've got the sub seal at me, sorry, I bought 4 axle seals when we did the other side, the final drive, but I destroyed one, so I've got a replacement one over, so I can get the final drive back on. I mean, you could do this with a grinder, but it wouldn't make a nice job of it. Might even be quicker with a grinder. Or you could grind a lot of it off and then finish it in there. This should be our final cut. Sitting right. It's down at the far side. Chip up. take a shallow pass. Looks like there's a bit of it starts with a P. I don't know what it's called now. That's a couple of wee spots in my welding, but it's a really square corner you get. And notice you have to file all the corners or it leaves quite sharp bars. Right, what's next? The next job is get rid of that. Wait till I see if I can make a spring for in the middle of here. Bendy bit in the middle. Thin bendy bit in the middle. Aluminium. I found this machining channel. It's a young lad that's on it, but he'd some really good tips. If I can find it again, I've subscribed to it, so I should be able to find it. I'll put a link up. I think he'd been machining for a while now. So we make it into zigzags. And then what you do is you between your parallels. Zigzags are big enough. Bit more. Should. Is that big enough? It's still not big enough. Not one in here. Bit of sprung steel would be better. Yeah, so when you tighten it up, you've got your parallels are getting pushed against. Off this end. Bit of aluminium. So instead of them falling over all the time, ooh, we can get it right in there. Gentle chop down. Tight. I have noticed you really need to tighten things in the for milling. Right. Going up. Let me shift this up because it's in my face. Right. Should do it. That was the past, and it's just a wee bit in the corners. So I need to put a groove in that way. Oh, we're near enough the size, pretty close. We want to put a groove that way, so we'd have to hold it that way, and then we can come in that way. We can come in this way. Does that matter? Yeah. Just get the edges a wee file. Okay, what are we doing again? We want to come in there. There's not enough meat on there. That's all about there. Well, that's okay then. I didn't think there was enough stuff here, but it's further back according to this one. I'm just going to use as a guide, because this was printed off a drawing. What am I trying to do? Trying to yeah, we're trying to make that cut. That's what we're trying to do. I have to change over the cutter. Let's put the power off until we do that. I've set zeros in the DRO. I'm just measuring off this one. So when I go that way, it's at 23mm at the moment. When it gets to 0, that's where I want to be, and where it is at the moment is 0 this way. So I can just go straight into there, I think. See what happens. What a run out in that. I know what it is, it's been sent to 2 different adapters. Watching the DRO against the 0. Not such a deep cut from the upper picture. The 3-way valves went here, so that would be your feed coming up this way, and that's the pipe that goes to the ram. So the way it worked before, it went through the 3-way valve in both directions. But what I've done is I took out the sleeve, and there was like a drill in it, and I machined it through and retapped it So what I've done, that's your flow and that's your return. What I've done is I've added this valve and it will connect into the return, which goes over there to the camel's hump, so that it lubricates everything. And I can just push that down and hopefully that'll just let the pressure off and it will go. The only thing I'm worried about is there's more pressure on this pipe here going that way. But we could put an on-return valve in, but then it would be too much pressure. But we'll see, because it's open at that end, you see, so it might be okay. So you've got your flow into the spool valve and your return out of the spool valve. That's just a steady circuit that goes all the time when the pump's on. And then you've got your up and down on these. So this one will be for the tipping pipes and that one will be for the back here. I think, what's this, Wednesday? The parts are supposed to come in on Friday. Last time they came a day early, so you never know, they might come a day early. And then I'll sort this out. Let's see, we'll take that out of there and go straight over there with a flexi hose. I'll need to do something with this particular one. It's quite tight to get that in, you see. You've got to have that lever free. That's engaged, disengaged. So that can come out, that can get sorted, and then that can get connected over there with a blank going to the valve chest. Okay, that's your little update. Really haven't been doing much with the tractor, really. Pottering a bit. So I will be working on it. Oh yeah, we put this back on. I haven't been filming because it's the same as that side. In fact, that side's more complicated because it's got the diff lock. But with this take off, the seal in here's leaking. So there's a process. I'll probably film that. I don't think I've torqued all the bolts yet either. So I'm hoping when I move the supply straight from the pump via the camel's hump there, that it solves all my problems with lifting it. I'll just fire it up and let you see that it can go up. High tension. It's going to get noisy. Go down. I can't. Yes, it can. Oh, that's not so bad then. How is it going? There's no power. Can do what no other David Brown can do. There wasn't much power in the hydraulics there, that's why I'm going to shift the feed pipe out of the valve chest. Yeah, you may be wondering why I've got a lever on this spool. The reason for that is that's your flow. Actually, doesn't actually matter what's what. Anyway, that's the, your single pipe flow for my forklift. So there's no return, so I can't drop it. So what I've done is I've put this bypass into the return, so hopefully it can go down, and it'll be shut here. Now the spool will be shut, so I don't know if it'll work because it's got to overcome the through pressure. What I did to do before was switch the pump off, but that's just a matter of moving that lever. Not sure if I can come up with something better. I'm putting all the valve chest bits back. I've got I'm working on the block for the lever blocks here. I've been milling it because the 3D printed one broke in half. My brother-in-law was here today again, and he's wired this up now, so I've got an emergency stop, and I can make it go forwards and backwards now, and this is your variable speed, and it'll go with laser counter, so we count RPM. So on halfway it's 1100, and then you can put it right up to 100 Hertz, which is 2100. I doubt if I'll ever have it that, but you never know. And I've bought a few more of these wee cutters. I've had to remachine this thing so it'll actually work. The thread was oval, so I put it in the lathe and turned it back, cleaned out the threads and that, and then also it wasn't coming enough forward. In the back of here there was a ring, but the ring wasn't letting the collet go far enough through, so I machined that out as well. And then I was in trouble with the end mills going up, so I've got a blank I can just put into the, just a bit like this. I just put that in the back of the collet.
Rims, power adjustable variable track rims. Now these are rare as rock and horse poo. Yeah, look, I've never seen another David Brown with one on, but when you have a look at tractordata.com and you look up David Brown 880, one of the photos is this exact tractor pretty well with the PAVT rims on the back. So they're very sought after.